I'm a mechanical guy. I just like mechanical connections. I don't. It's hard for me to trust adhesive 100%. Yeah. Jeez. All right, another beautiful evening in the bathroom. Not gonna do a ton tonight. Just have an hour or two. But I did my homework and figured out how high I need this sanity to catch the drain from the vanity. So I went to the garage, grabbed my last, 18 inches of 1.5 inches, and I think this is probably all the 1.5 inches I need on this whole project. So I'm going to try and stick to this. So I need to cut a little piece that'll go in between here, and then I'm going to just do another little stub, probably, 6 inches or so. Get that tied in, get this glued, and yeah, go from there. This is one of those times where I can sit here and overanalyze rather than just doing it. And if it has to change in the future, well, then I'll just have to cut a patch out of the drywall and shift it up or down on the pipe, and I'll deal with that when I get there. I always tell Katie, like, don't worry about it, and trust future you to be able to handle that situation. So I'm going to practice what I preach, and I'm going to trust future me to handle that situation if I need to. Anyhow, I'm going to get this cut, marked, the pieces cut to length, and see if I can stick it in here. All right, slight change of plans. This pipe, never didn't end up perfectly, straight down here. So it's got a bit of a lean out to it, which isn't that big of a deal. Not concerned about the integrity of the pipe, but I don't want that to create a bulge, especially once I glue this sanity and elbow in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple blocks that'll slide down the pipe and screw into the studs on either side, but I don't have this stud in here yet. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this stud, and then I'm going to cut 2 blocks. I'm going to drill my 2-inch hole through it with my hole saw, and then I'm going to slide it over this pipe, because I know once I glue this in here, if I get to gluing, I'm going to forget that I wanted to do that. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. It'll put a stud kind of in my way here a little bit, which is why I was holding off on it, but I think it's worth it. So slight pivot and expansion of scope as per usual. Here's a quick recap. I got this block in here, so this now is nice and supported. And then I got my sanity installed with a nice elbow to come around right in the back of the vanity, and this will catch the vanity drains. I need to bring up, basically in this area, the water supply line. So I'll have a hot and a cold that'll come in right here, and those will run across the back of the vanity as well, and then feed the sinks from there. I didn't glue in this top piece yet because I still need to route this vent around and out that hole through the roof. So hopefully I'll do that tomorrow. From here, all the drain, toilet is all connected in and ready to go out. I think that's a good stopping point for tonight in here. This kind of plumbing I do enjoy when it's above ground. I'm not on my back in tight spots with nastiness. This part I like. This is just like fun cutting pieces and gluing stuff together. I'll catch you guys on the next exciting day in the bathroom. Another exciting day in the bathroom. Man, working in here during the day with the natural light coming through this new window is awesome. So much brighter. Can't wait to get this old window out, but fortunately that's not on the list of activities today. Today I've got 3 main goals. I want to finish up this plumbing stack, so I just have to glue it on there, send it up into the attic and over to this hole. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so that's priority 1, because I want to get this system complete, and to do that I gotta punch through the roof. Priority number 2 is going to be our exhaust fan in the water closet, so that also has to go outside. I'm just going to run it right up there on the other side. There's a soffit there that'll punch out, so I have a little grill to install, a 4-inch hole to drill, and then that'll accept the exhaust that comes straight off the fan. That'll be installed right in here somewhere. And priority number 3 is our other bath exhaust fan. So we're going to have 2 exhaust systems in this bathroom, one in the water closet. The other will be kind of right here in this area, right outside the shower door, which will catch all the moist, damp air, steam coming out of the shower. Those are my 3 objectives today. Hopefully I can get those 3 things knocked out today and keep this project moving forward bit by bit, one step at a time. That's all we got to do. Welcome to our lovely roof. This is the main stack that comes out the top. That's that cast iron pipe. It goes all the way down. And this is the one that we're dealing with. A while ago, out on a storm, I came out here and put this cap on the top because we kept getting a bunch of leaves in there and then it clogged up our sinks. As you can see, we're right under this giant tree that drops all these leaves and berries and stuff all over the roof. So that's the one I'm going to pull. I'm going to clear off around it a little bit. I do have another fresh boot that'll go on there, but got to make sure the hole's large enough, and I'll clean that up. We'll put a boot on, shoot the new pipe up through there. I'm gonna bring the leaf blower and blow out this valley. I do that every 6-8 weeks or so, especially this time of year when a lot of leaves and stuff are falling, because this can get all dammed up and then you got water and moisture sitting on your roof, which is not what you want. Thankfully it's a metal roof, so it does pretty good, but still. There's our lovely new hole in this pipe. If I can get it, should go. Oh, can't get it. Oh, there it goes. Just like that, through the hole. And then I need to connect this back to here. All right, let's figure that puzzle out. I think I've got this vent figured out. And it's going to work almost perfectly in there, but the problem I'm running into, or sort of problem, is I only really have like 1/8 of an inch per foot of slope down to the drain, which is a little light. This is just a vent, so it's really only carrying air, but if rain or leaves or anything, and I'm just planning to put kind of a cap or a return so that leaves won't fall in there anymore, but I think there's an easy solution to get a little bit more slope, and it's that fitting needs to come down into the top plate. And right now that hole I drilled isn't quite large enough for the fitting, the hub of the fitting actually to fit through. The pipe fits through almost perfectly, but the hub is just a little too large. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill that out, make it a little bit bigger so that the hub can go in, and that'll allow me to drop that fitting, 3/4 of an inch and get just a lot more slope on this whole run. Probably not necessary, but I'm already doing it. So what's another 15 minutes to drill the hole a little bit bigger and recut this, cut 3/4 of an inch off this top stack and just do it a little bit better. I can't, it's really hard for me just to stop if I know there's a little bit better way. It's just time investment. I think part of that is like the insecurity of I don't do this every day. I'm not a plumber. If you did this every day and that's, confidently that there's never going to be an issue with it only having 1/8 of an inch, maybe you just move forward. But I don't do this every day, and everything I've read is 2-inch pipe really should have 1/4 inch per foot minimum. I don't know if that really matters on a vent, but whatever. I'm just gonna do it. Figured I'd get you nice up and close with the action here on the last elbow. Katie just popped in with lunch, so I'm gonna stop and eat. After lunch, we'll go up to the top, finish it off up there. Back up here, pipes through the roof. Let's see how I did. It's not perfectly plumb. Maybe that's the calling card of a rookie, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but I had butyl tape squeeze out around all sides, so I'm confident that it won't leak. This is where I got a little close, so water can still skirt by there. I think it'll be totally fine. I'm gonna come back, and I don't have the fitting, but I'm just gonna set a cap on here with like a stainless steel mesh so that leaves can't fall in there anymore. Happy with that. Priority number one, complete. Now back inside to deal with the rest of it. Back inside, onto objective number two, which is the exhaust fan for the water closet here. It's gonna go right there. I already did a little bit of reading of the instructions. This is the fan that we're gonna install. It's got this nice separate bracket that I can do the electrical and exhaust vent on that before we put the whole unit in, but basically it's gonna go right in this gap. I'm gonna have to add a kind of ceiling joist right here and trim that 2x4 back, and then it's gonna go right in this hole, and the exhaust is gonna go straight out and down the soffit, just like that. I already prepared just a little 2x6 here, which is gonna go in this gap, just about like that. Cut that 2x4 back, and then we'll resecure it to this joist and install this up to that one, and that'll give us something solid to attach our fan to and not have that 2x4 in the way. Alright, I think I got this figured out. This is gonna go just like this. Then I'm gonna wire this in, plumb this straight out. Then the unit itself just slides right up in here. So it's gonna work great. The switch for this is gonna be right here in this wall. So I'm just gonna run that wire right now, and I'll tie it into the actual switch and power later. So for now, I'm gonna go to the other side, find out where that hole is so I can drill for this vent and see if we can get all that connected up. I'm also gonna get a knockout for this and wire it in right up and over into this plate. Also, I discovered probably how those ants got in here. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Oh, there it is. There's daylight out there. There's a gap basically between the top plate here and the block wall. And like modern standards, you'd have some sort of seal, like sill seal, foam gasket, or some sort of sealant in there. But there is nothing. So before I close this all up, I'm gonna take some foam, expanding foam, and spray this whole line all the way down so that no little creepy crawlies can get in. After a little bit of struggle on the outside, I was able to get the hole drilled in the soffit. I have this run. This goes straight to the outside. Now I'm gonna cut this off shorter because I'm gonna need some of this elsewhere. This is like 8 feet long once it's fully expanded. And then I'm gonna use some foil tape and some screws to basically attach it just to the end, right like that. And then we'll get this thing installed. I need to go grab the wire. I really can't forget to do that. That would be way harder once this is actually installed up there. All right, I got the wire installed into the back of this thing. Now I'm going to connect up this pipe. So I'm going to use some foil tape, go around this, stick probably a screw or two. You know, I'm a mechanical guy. I just like mechanical connections. I don't, it's hard for me to trust adhesive 100%, especially in a hot space like this. I'm sure it'd be fine, but I'm gonna zip a couple screws in there just in case, and then get this permanently installed. I gotta cut this wire and run it down this wall, but we'll do that after I get this pipe in there. Definitely time for new bits. This 12 gauge wire is kind of hilariously overkill for what it is. I mean, immediately when it goes in here, this wire is like half the size, if that. This is a super efficient, supposed to be DC fan unit, so should be really good. But since I'm running this all in one circuit, I have to size the wire for the breaker, which this wire is 12 gauge. Back to the breaker, I don't know if it's actually a 20 amp breaker or not. I'll have to check. But since I'm running everything on one circuit, it all has to be 20, which is kind of annoying because it feels like a waste of wire, but so be it.